Good morning, guys. This is Lisa from Happytohook Creations. Today is the 12th of October. It is Wednesday. Before I start this video, I have two very important announcements. Number one, today is our daughter Amanda's 32nd birthday. Number two, today is our son Nathan's 23rd birthday. So happy birthday, my loves. Mwah. I will be seeing you later. We will be celebrating, but have a good day because I know you guys had to work. So now, with that being said, if you are having a birthday today or an anniversary, happy birthday or happy anniversary. Oh my gosh, it's been a few days since I posted a video. Wanted to say hi to all my subscribers. I noticed this morning people were sending me messages, and when I was looking, I had to go on this morning just to double check, but I am past my 8,000 subscriber mark. You guys are amazing. That's, I don't know what else to tell you other than thank you, and there will be a giveaway. I'm going to gather everything together to show what that one lucky winner is going to win. I have also hit my 2,000 or very close to my 2,000 member mark on my Facebook group. I will have a giveaway on that as well. So again, thank you guys so much. I welcome all my new subscribers, and I appreciate all the ones who've been with me from the beginning. And I know I'm going to have some future ones because, I feel like you guys are part of my family. I almost wish like I had this big, huge house where everybody can just come and sit down and we can sit and talk about crocheting, drink our wonderful coffee or our teas, and just kind of enjoy and fellowship with each other. And that's how I feel like I'm doing when I make videos for you guys to watch. And please keep those comments coming because they really do make my day. I love when I have a few minutes, I'm just going to be like, oh, I wonder if somebody made a comment today. So thank you for that. And thank you for the subscriber numbers that continue to go up. I really do appreciate you guys. I just want to make sure that you know that. Today, it's, first of all, I'm not sure how long this is I'm gonna like go jump right in after I do this, or after I talk real quick, because it is really dark outside. It's been thundering and pouring rain for probably the last 2 hours. So, and it's gonna be doing that off and on. Coco does not like storms, so she's in there with Abby right now. But yeah, today was, it's parent-teacher conference week, so you know how that is. All right, so right now I'm in my cup that says blessings are everywhere. And oh yeah, so this is a new cream. So this is the coffee is a breakfast blend, medium roast, but the creamer is cinnamon French toast creamer. So it's not bad. I don't know if I've ever bought it, but we're trying it now and it tastes pretty good. I like cinnamon, so. Okay, so this video, I've been doing so many, but this one is our coffee, chat, and crochet video. Or coffee, crochet, and chat. I don't know what order I put those in. I've got my coffee. Here I am. We're chatting. And I actually have some finished objects to show you guys. I was beginning to think, am I ever going to finish anything right now? I mean, I finished a few things. And I really, really loved the way the virus shawl came out for my mother-in-law. So I'm already starting another one. Yeah, I haven't made one in a long time, so I was really excited. Okay. Oh, and an announcement. The only thing I can tell you is that I have been contacted by Hobie again, and I am doing another collaboration. So be looking for that. Don't know when it's coming, probably in the next 2 to 3 weeks. We'll see. But yeah, so see, you got something to look forward to already. Okay, so let me see how many items I have. 1, 2, 3, 4. Looks like 6, right? 1, 2, 3. 6 that I can remember. Oh, I do have another one, but I'm not going to show you this. It's going to go for my finish it or frog it segment, because I forgot to show you guys. I'd started something and then I finished it and I'm like, hey, I didn't show them that. And I'm wondering if anybody remembers. If you think you know what item I forgot to show you, put it in the description box below. That's going to be interesting to see. Guys, this is not bad. Okay, so I had a tripod, just like a little one, you know, just 7 or 8 inches. It was sitting on the table. So I tried to do a video, or this particular video, I tried to do this yesterday. It kept toppling over, like right in the middle of a sentence. It would just like fall over. Now this is the one I've been using the last, I don't know, 4 or 5 videos. So I bought a ring light. So that's what my phone is sitting on. It's the stand. It's pretty tall. So like right about here is where the top of it ends, but it can get taller. I don't need any taller because I'm sitting in my chair. I got my background, so this is pretty good. But that light, let me show you guys. I'm just going to show you really quick. I mean, and I know a lot of people use it, and Abby was like, oh yeah, you got a light. Now pay attention to my glasses because I'm trying. It's already showing, but this light drives me nuts. So if anybody knows about this, if I can figure it out, you know, that'd be great. Otherwise, I've just got the overhead light on. But I'm going to turn this on. Are you ready? Wait a minute. Woo! It's really bright. It's super bright. So, like, yeah, I like that it's really bright because it's so, you know, dark and gray outside. But I would have to take my glasses off. So now everything's fuzzy to me, but at least you wouldn't have to see. You wouldn't have to see. Oh, the rings in my glasses. So yeah. Whew. And it comes with this, it's got this attached to it, the little remote, which I think is really cool. So this was a deal that I found. So it came with that little tripod that I've been using and the stand. And now there's a middle section where I get to mount my phone. So I thought it was really great. I paid less than 20 bucks for it. So I was like, yeah, I'm going to get it. I just don't know if I'm going to ever use that light, guys. I'm just saying. It's kind of creeping me out. They want me to try contact lenses. I'm just telling you. I just don't think so. So, oh, I dropped some stuff. All right. So one thing I do have to talk to you about before I, and this is where our chatting comes in, before I show you what I've made. The craft show Saturday. Oh, let me turn this off. There we go. I'm getting lightning alerts, weather alerts. Ooh. All right. So I had a craft show this past Saturday, as you well know. It was at one of our schools here in, well, I guess it wouldn't matter what city, but it's just a hop, skip, and a jump from where I live. So you remember when I told you I had a craft show at our veterans place and it was really slow and I hung around till the band showed up and made some money the last, 30, 40 minutes. Yeah, it was every bit as slow as that one, only I didn't make any money. Nobody showed up at the last minute. There was no band. I was really disappointed, but again, you have to be, you have to be willing to take the good with the bad when you're doing craft shows. It is a lot of work, the preparation, the setup time, making sure your inventory is stocked up. And then some days you get all this set up and you barely make enough back to cover your booth fee. I consider it successful because I came back there I made my booth fee. I came out of there with my booth fee plus, I think I made like $20. Wasn't very much at all. So I wish it was busier, of course, but some of the vendors, they didn't even make any money at all. People are just walking around and just looking at their product, but nobody bought anything. Hit or miss, kids. Hit or miss. So I'm just going to chalk that one up for a loss. But I don't know. I can't really say loss, guys, because I made my booth fee back. And I know which items I sold. I sold like 3 or 4 things. Maybe it was 5. I sold dishcloths. I sold 1 scrubby and 2 hats for the entire day. I was there for 6 hours. Yeah. I got a smudge. Oh, there it is. Anyway, I gotta get my little cloth out because that smudge is gonna drive me nuts. So, yep, that one was very slow indeed. And that's, oh, so much better. And that, you know, sometimes that happens. So don't be disappointed. Again, if you go to one and, you know, you just don't even make your booth fee back. I was happy because I didn't think I was going to. And it was like right in the middle. So the event was from 9 to 3. And it was, I think they showed up about 1 actually. 1, maybe a little after because I made a joke about this. I made a joke, that's why I remember around the time, because Jack showed up with Jordan and Cameron, his mom, his dad, and then my father-in-law, his sister showed up. And at that one time, there were 6 of my family members, and then my sister-in-law Jackie, she does. I think I explained to you guys when I mentioned craft shows that a lot of times we're together. So they put us really close to each other. There was only 1 vendor in between us. So it was me, a vendor, and then my sister-in-law and her daughter. And her children, her son showed up with his wife and their 3 children. So at one time I had like 11, there was 11 people in there. They were all my family. We didn't have anybody else there. It was just, you know. So I got to visit. Hold on. I got to visit and everything. It was really nice. But yeah, we just weren't busy. And it is what it is. It just happens. There's not much we can do about that. So anyway, so that's the results of my craft show. Not a good one. I do have another one this Saturday. This is an outside event. It's only going to be 62 or 64. It's not going to be very warm at all. So that could be a good thing, or it could mean that people aren't going to come out because no one wants to be outside. It's not very cold, and it's a Saturday, but, you know, some people just might think, oh, I'll just stay home or I'll go do something else. Maybe they want to get out and see what we have before, you know, before it gets so cold that they're not going to do it. And they said that a tent is optional. It doesn't seem like or look like it's going to be rainy, just kind of overcast, and cold, you know, cooler. I can't even say cold because it'll be in the 60s. But I'm not taking my tent. Nope, not doing it because it's not going to be super hot. And that thing's a lot of work. It's a lot of work. Okay, 6 items. Let me take a sip of this cinnamon French toast cream in my breakfast blend coffee. That's good stuff. All right. Oh, if you might hear this thunder. It's pretty. It's getting pretty loud. Okay, so if you saw my Hobie video, I was on my review video, my yarn. You guys know that I love this universe yarn. I love it. And this is the number 9, and it's called Moonbeam. Isn't that beautiful? Look at those purples. And yes, there's glitter. Yeah. So let me show you what I made with it. So this is what I have left over. What I'll end up doing is probably making a little hat to go with it, because I think I have enough for a hat, because it made this cute and adorable. And I might have shown you this already, but I don't know, because, you know, I've been showing you a lot of videos. So it made a ring around the rosy vest. Look at how tiny. Isn't that just the cutest little thing? So it made this vest, and I am going to make a little hat to go with it. There'll be enough. I tied it instead of put a button, and that is thanks to Bristol. She is a member of my Facebook page, my group, and she was posting a bunch of the Ring Around the Rosie vests with ties on it. So I thought, let me make one with a tie because I thought it was cute. So isn't that adorable? Oh, I just love those things. I love making them. So that was number one. This one was a gift from, the yarn was a gift from Vivian. I'm not sure if we did a swap or if it was just a happy mail. I think it was a happy mail because, you know, she's wonderful. I love getting anything in the mail. Although, you guys know, you don't need to send me anything. But I am like a little kid when I get something. I'm not going to lie about that. I can't remember the colorway. I know this was a discontinued. I love this chunky. Look at that one. So I made another Lacy Charma. What is it called? Lacy Charma cowl. Yeah, Lacy Charma cowl. And it took exactly one skein of this. And there's the little ruffle at the, or the little lacy part at the end. Now in her videos, I think I've said this before, she puts like, I think 2 or maybe 3 rows, but I didn't want to have to, the whole purpose of me making this is to see if I could make it with just one skein of yarn, which I did. So that it only did 1 row of the chain, the gathering of the chain to kind of make it look lacy. But I think this could be for a young adult or a child. And I can't for the life of me remember what the colors are, but it's really pretty. I can't, yeah, I have no idea where the label is. Label, I'm trying to say label. I did say the label for this one. Or it could be for that one. No, it's got to be this one because of the colors. So this is, again, this came from the box from Vivian. And it is, I love this chunky. And it was a you know, I don't know if it was discontinued, but it was definitely on clearance. And it's called Sunset. So I just made a, I used my, oh man, sorry. I used my M hook, and it took all of this yarn to make this hat. And it's just half double crochet. Yep, did a half double crochet back loop only to make the ridges. So they could wear it slouchy if they wanted. But yeah, it made a nice little hat. Nice quick project, you guys. Worked up in less than an hour, of course. So, and I love, aren't those colors great? And I remember thinking, why did I never see this color before? I mean, it's got all those beautiful purple and the orangey yellows and greens in there. I love this color. Love it. This would have made an awesome blanket. But anyway, I made a hat. I might put a pom-pom on it. I'm not sure. But I really liked it. And like I said, it used up another skein of my yarn. Whoop, whoop. Okay. Number 4. I have to show you because I've got the invoice and the shipping label. It's another Shrek hat. So this is getting ready to go out. This is my 3rd one this week. So I'll be sending it out as soon as I am done uploading this video so that it can get out into the mail today. And I just love the way that looks. Boy, that's just really true to color. See, that's why there's one missing. I've made 3 hats out of that one, but I'll have to get another one because it'll make 3 hats, 2 full ones, and then 1 not quite there. I have to put, I make 14 rows, and I think it got me more than half, and then the ears. So, but 2 full hats and almost a 3rd one is not bad out of 1 skein. And I love making these hats. And of course, you know, I should have had more than this one. They work up really fast, and I've made them so many times. I could probably do it in my sleep. So as soon as I get rid of one, I immediately started another one. So I got to get another thing of yarn because I'm almost out. I'm almost out, you guys. Okay. Did I mention that I love coming in here and being able to just kind of walk around without stepping on stuff? This room was getting really bad. I will be the first to admit that it was getting really, I mean, I just had piles and piles of bags and containers, and it just feels so good. I sold my last mystery box, and you can see my bed in my guest room. Super excited. Especially now with the holidays coming up. I've really got to take inventory of what kind of yarns I have left in there, what I'm going to do with them. I've got, other things to make. I bought a bunch of tie beanies, and I have to make loveys for those because I've got a show this weekend. I have one the following weekend. Then I have 3 in November. So I only have 5 left, and then I'm done. I don't have any in December. When I was at this last craft show on Saturday, I had a few people ask me. I just don't want to do that. I have done them in December before, and something has always either come up or I've almost fallen short and stressed myself out because it's a holiday. I want that whole month to just be dedicated to my family. I just don't want to do anything, I don't want to do any shows because that's my preference. Because I do so many during the year, I need that time off. So if I make something, another rule that I keep that I make myself after having my shop, I don't put anything in my shop that is not ready to ship. I used to not do that. I used to put, things on there, and then I would make it. I just don't have, I don't have time for that right now. Not this year anyway. Next year could be totally different. I don't know. But I want to make sure that when I do a listing, that all I have to do is go to that item, package it up after, I print up the label and the invoice and ship it out. I don't want to have to worry about, do I have the yarn to make that? Do I have any made up? Or, I got to make one. It's easier. Really, really stress-free. Now, if you have the time to do that, because I did it for years, guys. I didn't just decide, or I haven't been doing it for a long time. I just decided that it's just too much for me. And, my family is growing, and I just want to spend that time with them. I don't want to be stressed out. It's the holidays. It's like that should be a happy, fellowshipping, lovely time to be spending with friends and family. I just don't want to spend it stressed out about making products for someone else. So anyway, I know that was a little winded, but just in case you're thinking, and you're trying to get your shop up and running, or you're wanting to make that money because you rely on that income. I totally get it because I have been there. But remember to take care of yourself. Don't make promises you can't keep. And even if you think you can do it, don't stress yourself out. Don't add any stress to yourself. It's not worth it. It really and truly is not, I promise you. Just, if, like, you guys know what I do. I either crochet in my car when I'm waiting on a client, or when, when I come home. If I have to start dinner or whatever, I'll start that. We'll eat it. If we sit down to watch a movie, because when you work all day, you only have a couple hours anyway before bedtime. So I crochet something. I try to have some crocheting next to me. So if you finished an item, that's one more item you get to put in your shop that you don't have to worry about, right? So that's inventory. So when you have time to crochet and you finish an item, that's wonderful. List that bad boy, because more than likely it's gonna sell. But definitely don't stress out about it. Nope. And you guys know how much I love the holidays. We were watching a show and they had Thanksgiving dinner. That's my favorite. Food-wise, it's definitely Thanksgiving. Gathering, all my friends and family, they've been coming to our house since we purchased this house. So for 17 years, 16, because we didn't have anybody come during COVID time. So 2020 was the year that we didn't have Thanksgiving, but we've had Thanksgiving at our house every year since then, since we purchased it. So I look forward to that. I look forward to seeing all my friends and family. I invite friends who I think, don't have time to either go out of town, or I know that they're not going to have a meal. So sometimes I'll make them a plate and just say, well, just come and pick it up. Because a lot of times they don't want to interfere with your family. They're like, no, I don't want to interrupt. I'm like, well, just come and knock on the door. I'll slide you a plate. So, yeah. So and everyone is sending, this weather bug. I don't know what's going on out there. So anyway, because they were showing Thanksgiving, it makes me really want Thanksgiving. I love that time of year. I love cooking. And then Christmas time. Oh, I love decorating for Christmas. I actually can't wait. As soon as October came, October 1st, I'm telling Jack, our Christmas tree is going up next month. And he's like, don't. It's too soon for that. Don't. Is it really too soon? No, it's not. Anyway, I hope you guys are looking forward to the holidays like I am. All right. I only have 2 more things to show you. We're already at 26 minutes, so I guess I better get this going. All right. So this one, let me show you. I've got the labels here. Ta-da! It took 2 cakes, and it's not complete. I'll explain that bit here in a minute. So this is Ballet Sorbet, and it is a chunky cake, okay? Took 2. Those are the only 2 I had. So if you've been following me from the beginning, you know that I am blessed to say that I have 3 best friends. One of my best friends is finally going to be a grandmother. Finally. And her granddaughter is due to make an appearance the end of January. So her daughter is 27, and I made a blanket for her before she was born. And now that she's having her daughter, they of course asked me to make a blanket. And I always called them starter blankets. This is something I did years and years ago. I would make a blanket for my family and then my friends. After the child turned 1 year old, I would add to the blanket. And then every, year or 2 years, I would have the child pick what color they wanted, and I would add that to the blanket so that would make it their own. It would be unique. So that's what I did with Aspen. That's her name, Aspen. Hi, Aspen. And Aspen's mom, my best friend, one of them, is Kim. So hi, Kim. So I sent Kim some pictures of yarn, and I said, okay, does any of these look good? So this is the one that she picked. This blanket will be at Kim's house for when she gets to watch her granddaughter. And that to me, I think it's important to have that as that child gets older, to know that they're going to grandma's house or whatever she's going to call her, and she can go right to her blanket, right? So 2 of those cakes, and I'll tell you the specifics here in a minute, because I don't know if this is a discontinued or not, but this is what it made. A nice little rectangular blanket to put in the crib. It's nice and chunky, so it's really good and soft. And she can fold it in half if she, like, for tummy time. I don't know if they're still calling it tummy time. That's what it used to be called. But and it, because it's chunky, I worked this up watching a movie, because it's really quick to work up. Half double crochet, and I believe I started with a chain of 88. I think I want to say 88. And yeah, it's just double crochet. So what I'll do once she gets this blanket, when the baby turns 1 year old, then she can tell me what color she wants to add. Aspen's is so unique. I love it. So I think the first part of the blanket was one color. She's got yellows. I've 1 year I trimmed it. I did like several rows of yellow. She just wanted yellow. Then she wanted pink. Then there's blue in there. There's purple. It's so cute. I'll have to have Kim send me a picture, and then I can show it to you. Or post it on my Facebook group, which means you'd have to become a member, right? But, excuse me. But yeah, so that's why I call these a starter blanket. Because I just make it a certain size. I have no idea what the dimensions are, guys. If it's something you really, really want to know, just email me and I'll give it to you. But I think it's like a chain of 88, and then second chain from the hook, you're doing a half double crochet, and you just go back and forth till you get it, excuse me, till you get it the width that you want. And yeah, so that's why I call it a starter blanket, because you add to it after the child gets a little bit older. So I'm excited to send that to her. And again, this is what she picked out. And it's called Ballet Sorbet. Let's see. It's the 9.5 or 9.8 ounce, 280 grams, and it is 100% acrylic. So look, it's got fuzzies on here, and it's stuck on the label. So okie dokie. So anyway, so it is an acrylic. The chunky cakes are acrylic, because I would not use a wool one. I don't like using wool for the babies. And last but not least, and of course I'm wearing a sweater, so I'll just have to show it. I'm not sure if it's completely, well, I know it's not. I did find another color that I want to add to make it longer. So I found a bag of my Charisma, which is a chunky yarn. It's a number 5. So this is the one I started with. It's called Northern Lights. And then I found that green. So that green, I found 2 skeins of that green right there. And then 2 of that darker blue. So, because I want mine to be longer. But for now, let me back up. This is what it looks like. So this is the Northern Lights. I didn't have a turquoise. And I'm hoping that this looks okay, because this right here is the only thing that's not Charisma. It is called True Blue, and it's by Bernat Softy Chunky. That's what that one is. So here it is. Okay, and here's the back. So I, excuse me, I trimmed it in black, and then they had this purple. Okay, so it's got the purple, because this is the variegated. So if you notice, it has purples, the blues, the greens, and the like turquoise, blue, green, oh, and purple, and black. So I had those in single, and then it is trimmed with the black. So like I said, I found the green, so I'm going to add the green to it, because I really like the way it looks. It is very nice. So yeah, these things are becoming one of my favorites to make. Now I am going to try the Campfire Cardigan. There's one, oh, someone sent it to me, or they suggested it, because it's got a hood on the end. And I thought, man, that's pretty cool. Let me scoot back up here. So I would love to make one with a hood on it for a gift. Oh, I thought I dropped something. So yeah, we'll see. So the Campfire Cardigan is more of an open, like granny square stitch. This one is closed, because you're just doing double crochets in the hexagon shape, right? But the Campfire Cardigan, and I noticed that a lot of the hexagon cardigans that you look at are like the granny stitch pattern. So I have yet to make one like that. So now that I've made a few of these already, I definitely want to try that Campfire Cardigan out. And a lot of you have made a comment about it, and you said you really liked it. So I think I'm going to try it. Okay. I think I've kept you long enough. We're approaching 35 minutes. Thank you guys so much for watching and listening to me chat about a little bit of everything. Today is like distraction news for me. But of course, if you have any questions at all, please feel free to email me at happytohook@gmail.com. As always, you can find me here on YouTube. I do have a private group on Facebook. There's just one question that you need to answer, and there's such a wonderful group of people that are on there, and we would love to have you. Also, check me out on Instagram and Pinterest and TikTok, work in progress, but I am on there as well. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you when I see you. Happy hooking. Bye-bye.